Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to the top 10 scariest things caught on live TV news. Now, this should be a really good one. I'm guessing it's going to be situations where the news reporter is like covering a story, for example, and maybe something happens right behind them, behind the camera, or in front of the camera, I should say. So, watching British news, you don't really see, like, the worst you'll see is maybe somebody swearing or something like that from like behind the newsreader to get their attention, but you won't see something scary happen. So yeah, this should be a good one.
And confusing situation.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest things caught on live TV news.
You almost look like, Debbie, you don't want to even look at the doll.
No, I don't.
Are you a bit scared?
I don't even want to touch it.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most out-of-control natural events, frightening human interactions, and spookiest unexplainable occurrences that were captured live during newscasts. Any type of news qualifies, including sports and entertainment type reports. We will be excluding intentionally violent incidents and crimes. Which of these blood-curdling moments surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, a shaken news station. 4-0. News teams are used to calmly covering natural disasters as they happen.
We're coming on the air to update you on a major earthquake that has rocked central Mexico.
It becomes more difficult when the catastrophe is wreaking havoc around you, though. In 2017, a Mexican news station was in the middle of a live broadcast when a 7.1 earthquake struck. The whole set started to shake.
Ustedes ya saben qué es lo que tienen que hacer en este momento. Conservar la calma y evacuar de inmediato. Me voy a levantar y voy a evacuar.
The hosts calmly told the viewers to follow safety protocols as the station began to fall apart around him. Blurred shots from live cameras outside revealed the intensity of the quake. Meanwhile, inside the studio, overhead lighting began swinging wildly. It was a terrifying incident for both the news team and the viewers at home.
Damn.
Number 9, freaky
Man, because he has to stay professional, he has to basically, he's telling people not to panic, so he can't suddenly start running around going, ah!
This morning. Is there anything scarier than a creepy doll?
Hey, Chucky, you're not watching me. Hey, wanna play?
In 2017, the viewers of a British morning show had a real-life experience with one. The guests claimed a doll was haunting their family and even scratched the husband while they slept. During the segment, the object in question was sitting on a rocking chair on the set. As the show hosts were discussing the incidents with the owners, the chair began to slowly rock.
Gaynor Green says, my nana's a collection of dolls in her dining room. They're so creepy. They look as if they're just waiting to pounce.
Get out. One of the producers has a string for sure. Just throw it in the bin. If it's really terrifying you, I would take it to the dump. Just watch it get crushed.
There were many tweets from audience members and people freaking out about the seemingly paranormal occurrence. The hosts didn't seem convinced that the haunted doll was actually spooky, but there's definitely something creepy happening in this footage.
You don't believe this?
Well, I don't believe in things being haunted.
Number 8, a close call. KTVU. Haunted dolls are really only scary if you believe in ghosts.
God.
However, there's no denying the terror a moving vehicle can inspire. In 2016, the viewers of KTVU News feared for the life of reporter Alex Savage. He was facing the camera with his back to the street. Viewers watched in fear as a bumped car veered directly towards the reporter.
It's a chaotic and confusing situation.
Luckily, the photographer on the scene warned Savage just in time. They both jumped out of the way as the car smashed into the camera. While staring at a lone hubcap on the street, viewers must have been relieved to finally hear someone call out that everyone was okay.
Yep, everybody's all right. Alex just got out of the way. Woo. Yeah, we're okay. Everybody's okay.
Number 7,
I mean, the person driving that car, could they not see where they were going? Or maybe they were swerved into and then they, like a cascading effect. you can see somebody standing right there.
Strike. Weather Center Live. We've all heard that it's dangerous to be at the highest point in the area when lightning strikes. So standing on a roof to do a storm weather report seems like a bad idea. Regardless, that's where Dave Malkoff was for this broadcast. In the middle of his sentence, a large blue flash could be seen overhead. The deafening thunderclap that accompanied it was almost instantaneous, and the fear in the reporter's face was clear as day.
And look at that. That was right on top of me. Maybe we want to get inside. We'll talk to you guys in just a bit.
Later, he explained that he could see a column of lightning dissipating, and that the strike was directly above him. Realizing this, he made the wise decision to get off the roof and into a safer location.
When thunder roars, get indoors. You do not want to be directly underneath a thunderstorm with lightning on top of you. That's one of the most dangerous places you can possibly be.
Number 6. Thirsty Ghost. Teleseba. This freaks us out just to watch. In December 2015, the Honduran morning show, Primera Edición, or First Edition, experienced an unexpected visitation. As Carlos Molina sat at his desk, his glass of water suddenly moved of its own volition. He asked colleague Pablo Zapata if he had seen the same thing. Molina later claimed that it was not a prank and that he had experienced a chill right before the glass moved.
I don't know, that could just be somebody underneath that table with a magnet. Like there could be a magnet underneath the glass and then one directly underneath the table. Or a string. There's just so many ways you could achieve that.
Due to condensation on the glass, but you wouldn't catch us still sitting at that desk trying to figure it out. Number 5. Helicopter Havoc. WNBC. In 2004, footage of an out-of-control helicopter stunned viewers.
We're following breaking news in Brooklyn, and you're about to see dramatic pictures of a helicopter crash.
The scene was like something out of a movie, not a real-life event. While covering an incident in Brooklyn, the aircraft started to spin and spew smoke. It clipped the edge of a building, taking chunks off the structure.
The chopper belonging to TV station WNBC losing control, as you can see, hitting a building and crashing on a rooftop.
The tail of the vehicle broke off and the cabin crashed into the roof of an apartment complex. Whether watching on TV or from the streets below, viewers were shocked that the pilots and reporter on board suffered only minor injuries.
From the other side of the helicopter, we see rescuers pull another man out. Then rescuers work to free the third and final person from the chopper. They rip out a chair trying to get him out. Firefighters had to use an aerial ladder to get the injured men off the roof.
Number 4.
I'm guessing because the helicopter didn't crash from a super high altitude, so there wasn't sort of much speed built before impact.
Alien message. Southern Television. Are we alone in the universe? Maybe we already have an answer.
These include stopping the execution of all captured prisoners of war, allowing Europe to take negotiations, being arrested.
On November 26, 1977, an independent television news program was suddenly interrupted in parts of southern England. A distorted voice identifying itself as Ashtar Galactic Command ordered humans to get rid of their weapons to attain a higher state of evolution.
This is the voice of Allah, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. For many years, you have seen us as lights in the stars.
The interruption lasted 6 minutes, prompting hundreds of calls from worried viewers. The perpetrator was never identified. Our species didn't abandon its weapons, so maybe the enlightened extraterrestrials threw up their hands and wandered off to contact other worlds.
We understand that viewers in some parts of the region are receiving a breakthrough in sound. We're sorry about this, and we're doing our best to rectify the fault.
Number 3.
As much as I would love to believe that we were visited by aliens and they actually did that, clearly that was a prank. Clearly.
Ghostly fan. Fox Sports. There's something instantly frightening about seeing a shadow where it doesn't belong. No wonder soccer fans in Bolivia freaked out when they saw this news footage.
Yeah, that's
the TV
weird.
Station was doing live coverage of a match at Hernando Siles Stadium in La Paz, Bolivia. But the game wasn't the biggest thing that caught people's attention. A shadow could be seen sprinting through the stands.
Pero recurrimos al archivo que tenemos del partido precisamente.
It moved through people and barriers, so it didn't appear to be human. No one has been able to fully explain this incident. Therefore, it left many believing they'd seen a live broadcast of a ghost.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Wait, you've got two shadows.
Ooh.
They hunt.
Couldn't help it.
Number 2. World Series earthquake. American Broadcasting Company. On October 17, 1989, during the live broadcast of the World Series, people watching at home suddenly saw their TV sets flicker. There were panicked voices, and suddenly the broadcast cut.
Second base, so the Oakland A's take.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, we're having an
Oh my goodness.
As audio returned, viewers could hear people shouting in the stands. The event was of course even scarier for people who were there in the ballpark.
I don't know if we're on the air.
At that moment, the Loma Prieta earthquake had struck California's central coast, causing damage in both Oakland and San Francisco. While those in the ballpark were okay, the quake left 63 people dead and 3,757 people injured in the area. Before we continue, be sure to
63 people died. Damn.
Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. We interrupt this newscast for a tornado. WREX. In 2011, viewers of WREX News were keeping a close eye on the weather map displayed on their screens. A meteorologist was explaining the path of an oncoming tornado.
I would say this is right near Westfield and...
For many, this report was their tie to outside events. So imagine the trepidation they probably felt when the voice on screen suddenly cut out. One long breath later, a voice came back on air.
All right, we're back on the air. I just evacuated our entire studio.
Wow.
At this point, the tornado was getting very close to the station, and things were getting unsafe. Everyone took shelter in the basement, and coverage continued. Although it was a frightening experience, the news team and viewers were in it together.
If you are near the WREX station around Winnebago, Pecatonica, the west side of Rockford, it's time to take your tornado precautions at this moment. Please head down into your basement. If you do not have a basement, the most interior part of your home.
Did you enjoy this video?
Man,
check out these.
Gosh, for me, the scariest one still has to be the one where the guy is in California telling the news on the side of the road and almost gets taken out by that Toyota Camry. Like, he was literally not even half a second away from, honestly, like, if not for his quick reaction times, you know, he would have been done for. Like the other ones, such as the doll sitting on the chair, you know, and the chair starts rocking, or the table in Honduras, you know, the glass moves. That's clearly like, you know, somebody's up to that. Like, whereas that car one, man, that was literally life and death. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.